Hello everyone, it is Peep. Today I want to talk about the top 10 most memorable Octo Expansion levels, at least in my personal experience. As someone who's completed the Octo Expansion 100%, I have played through these levels many times. So this is the most memorable for me personally. If you want to be like, oh no, this is actually the most memorable for me, tell me down below, I would love to hear it. It has been a while since I played the Octo Expansion, so these probably aren't the exact most memorable, but it's the ones that I can remember and think of when I think of the Octo Expansion. Before I start the video, I want to mention that the Octo Expansion today is 5 years old, which is crazy to think about. I wasn't there when it first came out, but I did buy it in 2020, and I will say the DLC is honestly amazing. I really hope that side order is just as good, if not better. I also take commissions, so if you like the way that I draw, check out the link below. We're gonna go from number 10 first. Number 10, Crate Buster. Now this level isn't the worst of the worst. It still is pretty memorable if you're trying to beat it with all weapons, which I have. So this one was quite annoying. This gameplay that you're seeing is very fast and quick just because I use the weapon that's the easiest, but still a very annoying one. Number 9, Jump Station. This one was not too difficult, but when I first played it, it was very frustrating. Even this time, I died one time. I was not expecting to have that happen, but I did. This level is a bit frustrating when you're trying it on the other weapon. I think I had the longer range one during this one, but overall, this one is a nice weapon. Overall, this is a nice level. It can be a bit frustrating at times, especially if you've been playing it over and over and over again. But I went through this one pretty quickly. So, now to number 8. Number 8, Cubular Station. This one is a little bit annoying. It's not the worst one, but sometimes you can get a little caught and not understand exactly where to go and what to do. I will say I like the sort of aesthetic that this one gives off and the scenery and all that. It's like we're in this really weird view and it's see-through. It's just kind of weird. Honestly, this one, the first few times I played it quite a bit. It is annoying, but I feel like it is quite memorable just because of the weirdness of the map. And also it kind of goes in later on when you're trying to sneak in through the story mode and going in through these gaps and having this weird sort of vibe to it. That's why I like it. It kind of reminds me of the story. Number 7, Wassup 8-Ball. This one is very memorable. I remember in the very beginning part dying a lot. The part with the elevator, the first few times I was trying to get the eggs and I kept falling off, so that was very frustrating and I eventually gave up at one point. You do not see that happening in this, but that happened a while ago. I also didn't know that you could do this, get the key, and launch it. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I had no idea that you could do that. I probably maybe done it once, but I do not remember doing it before. I usually just shot it up by itself and never actually went up there. So when I went up there this time, I was actually quite confused. I'm like, oh, I can do this? Yeah, I kind of dropped it. So I fell off the first time, and then I dropped the second time, so isn't that lovely? Number 6, Bustin' Moo. This one, a little annoying. I feel like it is quite memorable just because all the deaths and falling from playing. Yeah, it's kind of jarring to see everything move, even if you know where the direction everything should be moving. It just feels so weird, and it's just so unnatural, and it's very weird to play something. But that's why it's a little bit higher up. Very jarring. Number 5, Right Round. Wow, this one is a lot to handle. I remember when I first played this, it was a lot. It's even more annoying when you're playing on the other weapons. This one I was using the sniper, so it's very easy to get them all down. But the other ones, wow, was it frustrating. I remember playing this level so many times, I got so angry. Yeah, this one really wore me out. Number 4, Fake Plastic Station. This one is honestly really pretty to me. I love everything in it. It's so different from normal ones. I think this is actually one of the first ones you actually get into when you first play the Octo Expansion. Wow, this one is so beautiful. It's, again, very different from the other ones. It feels very nature-esque. But then also you have these weird bags that have that goo in it, the sanitized goo, and I just love it so much. I saw someone talk about this, but whenever your Octoling is attacking the rival Octolings, your character doesn't do anything. But they do make a sound when they collect other stuff. So listen. Isn't that really fascinating? Anyways, I do love this one. It's very memorable to me. A lot of times when I think Octo Expansion and levels that I just think are really nice aesthetically, this one is definitely one of the top ones. I didn't put it to the highest one, even though I find it very pretty. This is not my top 10 most pretty Octo Expansion levels, but it's still really beautiful. Number 3, can't touch this station. Wow, I was getting a little cocky when it came to this level. I'm like, this level is not that hard. What am I thinking? And then I died a lot. So here's a little compilation of me dying. Yikes. Anyways, this is such a memorable stage. Just remembering playing this again and again from so many times dying, and I had to do that today. It's a little embarrassing, and I thought, oh, I'm using the roller, which is the easiest weapon. It is an easy weapon, but I just didn't realize I was running out of ink. So, towards the end of the level, you can see that I'm being very cautious as I can be, and stop being so cocky. And just realize that this level is still really hard and difficult, and any sort of level like this. It's frustrating. So that's why it is number 3. It's a little scary. Number 2, Labyrinth Station. This one is so pretty as well. So I want to talk a little bit about how Pearl was talking about how, oh, isn't this like Inkopolis or Inkopolis Square? I don't actually remember. And for the longest time, I thought we were genuinely in Inkopolis. I was like, wow, that's crazy. How are we here? But it's not. It's a testing station. They obviously say that, but sometimes I'm not paying attention to what they're saying. But it's really weird to think about. But this is such a pretty map. And again, it's so different from the other maps. I love maps where it feels kind of open world. It obviously isn't full-on open world, but I really hope in the DLC we get more stuff like this. I don't want platforming and stuff like that. It's fine sometimes, but I just love how beautiful this looks. Like, wow, look at this city, and they use it just for training or something. I don't know. It's very beautiful, and I love it. Even though I don't think it's full-on training, it's just this area because you can see cars driving around. This is so beautiful. I just love the sort of open-esque thing. Of course, again, it's not full-on open world, but it still is very beautiful and very memorable. I always like going back to this stage just to see how beautiful it is. It's honestly amazing. Side order, Splatoon, please do more of that. Or maybe Splatoon 4 if we ever do get it. That won't be for a while. I'm just saying, I want more stuff like this. Not a huge big fan of platforms. This is beautiful. Before I go on to number 1 on this list, I just want to have a special map that I did not put on this list, but it still is a very memorable one. Now, for me, it isn't the most memorable one, just because I didn't die as much as you might think. Yeah, it's Girl Power Station. This one is difficult, depending on the weapon that you use, but I feel like overall it isn't that hard. As you can tell, I beat this very quickly. But yeah, this map is definitely very memorable. I personally only remember it from memes and people talking about it online. And when I actually played it myself, I'm like, this isn't super difficult. It can be really annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. And there are other levels, which I will get to in number 1, that I do not get through that well on certain weapons. Of course, when it comes to Girl Power Station, you only need to play one weapon. You don't have to play them all. So technically, did I 100% it? Yes, but I didn't do every single weapon in Girl Power Station because I didn't have to. Now we are finally talking about number 1. Righteous Rails Station. Oh goodness. This one is such a pain. I hate this one so much. I remember playing this days in, days out, repeatedly trying to finish this. It was so hard doing it on different weapons. I used the easiest weapon during this one, but I will say it is very difficult, and I do not like doing this one. I like riding the rails on certain maps and levels. For example, in Splatoon 3, I love one of the Ride the Rails ones. That's really fun, even though I did 100% that one as well. It was very frustrating. But this one was such a pain. I hated every second of this. Well, that's the end of today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed watching. I enjoyed making this video. It's a little different than what I typically do, but I love the Octo Expansion. I had to do something for the 5 years of being out. I love all the music in this game. It's beautiful. The Octo Expansion just has really good music, and I'm very excited for Side Order because the music that we got in the trailer was amazing. So I really hope that that's what the main DLC music will sound like. Please tell me, what are your top 10 or top 5 most memorable Octo Expansion levels? And do you agree with me? Do you think some of them are as memorable as I think they are? Or maybe there are some that I missed out on, because I would love to hear what your top 10 are, or just some that you thought that were wrong and you think should be different. I will say fighting Inner Agent 3 was definitely very difficult, but it wasn't really a stage per se, it was just an extra thing you could do. Still very difficult. I've technically beat her like 2-3 times now. So she is still really hard, but she's not a stage per se. But I guess she's a level. But I really hope you all enjoyed. If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe because I love making Splatoon videos. And I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.